Hey guys, welcome to Cooking with Kim D. I am Kim D'Entremont, your Pampered chef consultant. Excuse me. I'm making up actually one of my favorite side dishes. It's a warm new potato salad with grainy mustard. So I've got a couple of pounds of red potatoes that all I'm doing is taking them, halving them one more time, and then basically cutting them into bite-sized pieces. And I'm just kind of throwing them here in one of my stainless steel mixing bowls. Stainless steel mixing bowls, I have had these, I actually looked it up because I have all my old receipts. I've had these for 15 years. It's $105 for the set of 3. They come in a 2-quart, a 4-quart, and then this big bad boy is a 6-quart. So again, it's an investment item for your kitchen, but 15 years I've had these things. I use the my handheld mixer inside of them. You could put them in the fridge, you could put them in the dishwasher. The only thing is, obviously you can't put them in the microwave because they're metal, and there is a silicone base on them, which is nice because it keeps it on the counter nice and still, so you can't put it on top of anything hot. But I did lose, there's a black silicone ring in here. So over the 15 years, I did lose 1 silicone ring. Really, it doesn't affect me in the least. But these are just a beautiful addition to any kitchen. So I have my potatoes here. I'm going to use my quick cooker to cook my potatoes. Ever since I started steaming my potatoes for potato salad or any other dishes, I have not gone back to boiling them. I love them so much better. They're nice and tender. They're never waterlogged. So I'm going to use the quick cooker. So this is our quick cooker. It has a 6-quart capacity. Lots of things I love about our quick cooker. I have had another pressure cooker, and I'm not going to say horrible things about the other pressure cooker. I just happen to like this one better. Couple of the reasons. This one has a much slimmer design. Now I know it is not slim, but compared to the other one, it has a slimmer design. The handles are here, which I do like because the handles jetted out on my other one. So it does save some space, whether I put it in the closet or it's sitting out on the counter. The biggest feature of this, besides the fact that it cooks incredible food at I think the technical term for it is you can save up to 70% of time using a quick cooker, which I think is pretty accurate. This is where the steam is released. This is the button you press to release the steam. As you can see, my finger is nowhere near this when I press it. On the other pressure cooker that I owned, I burned my finger. I had a really bad steam burn on my finger. My own fault, but the lever on the other unit I had was so close to where the steam was released that I just wasn't thinking. One day I was in a hurry and I ended up burning myself. On this one, I love that it is far away from it. Also, this unit is cool to the touch once it starts to heat up. So if you have little kids in the kitchen, or even if you just have a kitchen full of people and you're entertaining and you have stuff going in here, it's cool to the touch, which is another great safety feature. Okay, so I'm putting my potatoes in here with some water. It's about 1.5 cups. The recipe calls for 2 cups of potatoes. I do this all the time. I always put this on wrong, and I don't know why. There we go. Every time I do it wrong. The recipe calls for 2 pounds of potatoes. I think I had a 3-pound bag, so I'm just making a little bit of extra dressing. I added a tiny bit extra water to compensate for it, but I'm going to drain the water off anyway. So this is going in, and we are going to put this. So this comes with 16 preset settings. It does sear, steam, slow cook, proof. You can make bread in here. You can do rice, all sorts of stuff. So this I'm going to set to, I'm just going to turn my knob here to steam, and then I am going to adjust my time. So I'm going to hit time down to 5 minutes. Now, my steam release button is flush with the top of this, which is where I want it to be. And on the release, I want that steam button to match up. There's a little picture of a steam vent. So I want those to line up, which is good. And I'm gonna press start and I'm gonna let this go. Once these are done, I'm basically gonna drain off the water. I'm gonna take the potatoes and put them on my baking sheet. I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator for a few minutes just to get them to cool down a little bit. But this recipe, one of the things I love about this recipe is good cold and it's good warm. It's great. It's a great alternative to a potato salad for a cookout because you don't have any mayonnaise in it, so it can sit out at room temperature. It's actually really good at room temperature. But while those are getting started, I'm going to make the dressing for this. I do make a little bit of extra dressing because I love it so much. So my ratios are a little off from the recipe I will post, but the combination of shallots with parsley, with the stone ground mustard. I just love this combination together, so I do make a little bit of extra. Plus, the warm potatoes, sometimes warm potatoes will kind of just soak up all of that dressing that you put in there, and I just want a little bit of extra. And the other thing, the great thing about baking is, or cooking, I should say, rather than baking, which is more of a science, cooking, I don't have Dijon mustard. Who cares? I'm going to throw in a little bit of extra stone ground mustard. That's the nice thing about cooking. It's not an exact science. All right, so to cut up my shallots, now if you've never used shallots before, sometimes shallots will come in a container like this. There were 3 shallots in here. Shallots are obviously related to the onion, and they have a nice mild flavor to them. Slightly garlic, not a lot. So just because you don't like garlic, if you don't like garlic, doesn't mean you won't like shallots. But just a nice mild flavor. I love them. This is our food chopper. So our food chopper comes with this base, a silicone ring around. This is the blade guard, and then there are the blades. And it opens up like this, and you can actually put it inside of the dishwasher. So let me line this back up. So for some large items, a lot of times I'll just chop it right on my chopping board. For this, I think most of it is gonna fit in here, so I'm just gonna put it inside here. This is great for things that are dusty, such as like chocolate chips or nuts or something like that. So I'm just gonna put the shallots in here, and the more I pound away at it, the smaller it is going to be. And I don't know if you can see those, but they are nice and fine. And then I am just gonna dump them into the 2-quart stainless steel bowl. I need another. So I'm just getting those all chopped up, and then I'm gonna cut up some parsley and add some olive oil. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And then I'm going to add some olive oil, a little bit of white wine vinegar, some salt and pepper. And please excuse me if you can hear my son yelling at Fortnite in the background. Okay, so next I'm going to add some salt. It calls for a teaspoon, but like I said, I am doubling this. I'm probably not going to quite double the salt because I can always add a little bit of salt if I need to. I cannot take it away. Let's see here, some white wine vinegar. I need a tablespoon. These are our adjustable measuring spoons. We have a teaspoon size and a tablespoon size, and the shallots have definitely gotten to my eyes, so I'm a little watery right now. So I need 2 tablespoons of this. And then, like I said, I am out of Dijon mustard, so I am just going to use the whole grain mustard. Whoop. And I'm going to use about 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, maybe a smidgen more. Okay, next, what else do we need here? Oh, I didn't get the black pepper. Excuse me for 1 second. So I'm going to do some freshly ground black pepper. Oh, it smells amazing. So we also have this. This is our measure, mix, and pour, which is great. We do a lot of dressings in the house. And I just prefer to make them on my own. It's cheaper. I know what's going into them. I know it's not a lot of junk. I can adjust whatever flavor I do or don't like from it. So this is another, I could have just thrown all of this in here, made sure it was closed, given it a good shake. But I love the scent of this, so I just kind of wanted to do this on my own. So now I have some parsley here, and I am just going to run my Santoku knife. If you guys don't have a good knife, that is another great investment. I have had, this is one of the newer styled knives that I actually got with my consultant kit, but I have a knife set from maybe, it's at least 15, I think it's actually about 15 years old. My knives still work incredible, guys. And there is nothing like a sharp, good sharp knife. And a good sharp knife is the safest kind of knife out there. When you have a dull knife, you have to put way more pressure on whatever it is you're cutting, and you have a better chance of cutting yourself that way. So a nice sharp knife is just an excellent tool to have in the house. So I just gave this a quick chop, and this is our flexible cutting board. I'm making a mess. And all I'm going to do, this folds in half, and I'm going to shake it down using a spatula. Excuse me. All right, so that is all in here. Now I'm going to stream in some extra virgin olive oil. So 1, 2, 3. I think it called for 3 tablespoons. I'm going to double that. 1, 2, and 3. And now I'm just going to whisk that up. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And then I am just going to, yep, plain salty. So I didn't add any extra. So that's it. So like I said, once these finish steaming, I'm going to drain the water off, put them on my baking sheet, put them in the refrigerator for a few minutes just to get them to cool down a little bit. I'm going to smother them with this wonderful dressing, and there will be our side. So warm new potato salad with grainy mustard dressing with the help of our power tool, the quick cooker tonight. So any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thanks, guys.